Alright guys, so these are my new settings for the 12.5 grain. First rig's at 145, second rig at 115. Valve adjuster on the fourth line. Power wheel and quick tune are maxed out. And there's another way to do that where you max out the valve adjuster and then you tune it with the power wheel and the quick tune. And I think I'm going to try that. I think I'm going to open that valve adjuster all the way up and then tune it with the quick tune and the power wheel, because the way I've got it, I mean, it's letting a lot of air go through there. I got 2 mags out of it, which was 73 shots. I filled it to 220 bars, and after I shooting the 2 mags, I was at 160. And I usually fill at 150, so I probably had maybe 10 more shots in it, but you know. Anyway, so about 83 shots is what I would get out of that. So I think I can, if I tune it in, I can get it to 3 mags. I may be able to get 3 mags out of a 220 bar field. Now, one thing I noticed that my high-low, I had more 935, 920 shots in the first mag. Then in the second mag, my high-low went from a high of 928 to a low of 891, and my average was 914 from a 922 average. So it was lower power on the second mag. I know what that's about. I probably want to get that second regulator or the first regulator to where I can see if they're moving as I shoot, because well, they didn't move. But so I filled the gun back to 200 because I like to keep it at around 200. I usually don't fill it to 220. I'll fill it to 200, which is where it's at now. And I want to see what I can get if I open the valve adjuster. Well, I got the valve adjuster at 4. I think I'm going to leave it at 4 lines, and I'm going to start throttling back on the quick tune so that I can get something more consistent. Because out of that 73 shots, I got a standard deviation of 12 and extreme spread of 51. So if I can bring that in a little bit, it'll be better. But all of the shots, I'll take you guys to see the shot. So these were the groups. It's pretty much, you know, there's some of them that I start to shoot over here afterwards, but for the most part, when I was aiming, I aim here, and all my shots were hitting around this area. You can see I got through that bamboo. Here's the there's more of them. Again, aiming here, I'm hitting around here. So I will have to adjust the sight for it. And that's what I'm going to do next. And I'll start shooting this thing, and I'll just do some 5-shot groups to get dialed in as good as I can get it. Alright, so I filled the gun to about 220 bar. I've retuned it. for the Nielsen Specialty Ammo 12.5 grain slug. As you can see there, I went from line 3 to line 4. Okay. Let this off. I'll turn it. Second rig is around 115, almost 120. First rig at 140. Power wheel 16. Quick tune 5. It's all maxed out basically. All right, so we're maxed out. We're basically just on the valve adjuster now. So the further out I take that, the more or less power I'll get. I'm going to see how many mags I can get out of this before I end up at 150. That's where I refill. Just so I can see, you know, if this tune, how much air I'm using, how many shots I can get out of it. Alright guys, so I got to do the JSB 12.5 justice. So I got me a target out here at 40 yards. This is a piece of hardwood. Now, and I had it, I had my gun tuned for the Monster redesign 13.43, and it was shooting at 800 feet per second. I thought I was at 880, but I wasn't. So when I put the 12.5, it was, you know, around 800 still. You know, I don't know why, but that's where it was at. So I since tuned the gun for the 12.5 grain to run at around 900, somewhere in the 900 range. And I'll get you some chronos, but these were the shots at 40 yards once I got it at 900. This is bamboo, so they were bouncing off of there, but now they're starting to stick in, so it started to splatter the target. So like I showed you guys this on my last video. I just put some putty. This is a piece of wall base for my square target. I just use a piece of wall base, and then I put my putty on the back of it, and that'll make it easy to see my shot placement. It's nice and sticky stuff that duct sealant. So basically that's what that is. It's a duct seal behind a piece of wall base. You know, it's just for bathrooms. Okay, so that's what we got. I'm gonna go take some shots. We'll see what that's doing. My setting now for this, I have my first regulator set at 150. The second rig is at 120. I'm on line 4 on the valve adjuster, and I'm on 5 on the quick tune. It's maxed out, and the power wheel is maxed out at 16, and this is line 4. All right, let's go. So I guess it's kind of a power tune for a 17 caliber slug. This is the 12.5 grain NSA slug. So I'm gonna be set up on a bag, and just to get good clear shots so you can really see what this slug is doing. All right, let's go. Alright guys, so I settled on a 900 feet per second average. I've got targets set up here at 20, 30, and 40 yards. So 177 at 20 yards. We're aiming dead center on all of these. About, I'd say, an inch. 30 yards. Okay, so we hit what we're sighted in at 30. And then 40 yards. So about what, half inch? So that's shooting pretty flat. I'm gonna take it back to my first setting at 16 and see if it's any flatter. All right, here we go. Yards first. I use the round as a sight in, and then I'll get on the squares. All right, on that first round, I showed y'all I showed y'all my sight in on the round one. So I went again at 20. I tuned it up to 16 with the quick tune at 4.5. Same hole. That's actually not that low. I was showing y'all this one, which would have been low compared to the middle, but shooting at the center here, I'm hitting here, so it's actually not as low as I was saying. At 1 inch. I was looking at the wrong target. Here at the 30, I tuned it to 16, and we're right next to each other, almost hole in hole. So it ain't changing much, just giving it a little more oomph. Probably at around 915, 920 instead of 900. And here, I think I just pulled the shot on this one, or it would have been down near where it was at. I must have pulled the shot for that to be up higher. All right, so just to show basically the flat trajectory of the 177, especially with a slug. So I can go from 20, 30 to 40 yards and not really need a whole lot of holdover. I'm pretty much in that square on all those shots. Towards the bottom on the 40 and the 20, and I'm right in the middle of that 30. So I just gotta, you know, keep that in mind. But yeah, so I'm sighted in for the 12.5 grain NSA slugs now, guys. I bought a whole bunch of them, so that's what I'll be shooting. Maybe soon enough I'll get some squirrels or something run out here. Since I let the cat out, I don't get a lot of animals in the yard no more. And that's good. That way he ain't got to worry about getting fleas. But yeah, I've been dumping his poop over there in that corner. And I guess that's enough to keep animals away from here, because I haven't seen any squirrels. All I get is the birds up there. You know, they'll get up there and eat the peanuts. Squirrels don't even come after peanuts no more out here, y'all. I done eradicated the squirrel population in this back area. That's it, I'm out. So this is my old tune, y'all. I had to do it. I went on ahead and got the JSB Monster. Put some of those in there and chronographed it. So it's shooting a little lower because I had the FX chronograph on the end of the barrel. So I'm going to take some more shots, another series of shots, and see how it does with this JSB Monster. So that's just so y'all can see where those shots are. Now with the chronograph off, this one landed here. So we'll see the difference between pellet and slug in 177. So that one landed way down there. I think it may be a pretty good difference at 40 yards, but the rest of them, it probably ain't no big difference. It's mainly going to be the accuracy at 40 yards, though, probably. But, you know, this redesign, it does good at 40 yards, just like it does good at 30, 20. It's a good pellet. Let's see. JSB Monsters, they're shooting at 880 with this tune. Aiming at the middle. We'll have a look at what we got here. 12.5 grain slug versus a 13.43 pellet. So that was another pretty much hole in hole right there. This one hit right down here. So we got a little more drop than with the slug. And this one is hitting here. So, you know, a little more drop. But all in all, I mean, I went from here at 30. It's not too bad. It does drop a lot more than the slug. Slug's a lot flatter, but the 177, even in pellet, is flat enough to where I think I could still do something with it. So on a line at 20, on a line at 30, at 40, it drops about a ½ inch. If I was shooting this with a scope, oh my gosh. Whew, how far out could I go? I don't know. Man, I'll tell you what. I'm loving this little setup. That's what a red dot, man. You get something, you put a scope on that, I put a scope on that, man. I can't even put the scope on it. I can't put the scope on it. I can't do it. I'll be all out in Oh, you see all them backwoods out there? I'll be all out there again. I used to shoot them trees with my scope. I could see the pellet hole at 80 yards. 80 yards, I could zoom in to 28 and see the pellet holes. So I put that 177 on there, man. I'll be shooting out all my pellets again. I can't do it. I'm gonna keep it just how it is. It's great. So now I can switch from, and it's sighted in. Now this is the JSB shooting with the gun sighted in for the NSA slug 12.5. So I can switch between NSA's 12.5 grain slug and the monster redesign and get pretty much the same results at 20 and 30 yards. The 40-yard results are a little different. Now I got better 40-yard results with the 12.5, but 30 and 20 yard, you know, 20 and 30, same results. Same results. All right, y'all, I'm out. Y'all didn't think it was gonna stop there. This is for the meat and potatoes. Prone shooting, you know, you expect good results. But when you're standing on a stool, shooting out the bedroom window, that's when it counts. See what we can get like that. 30 yards. Oh, I'm out. All right, reload it. So we got the 30. Now we're going for the 20. That was not a good shot. I pulled that one. Try it over. Well, it didn't cycle, y'all. There we go. All right, here we go. All right. Now the last target is out all the way on the fence line, which, since I did my measurements over here, turns out is only 45 yards to the fence line. All right, that's it. So we got one extra shot on one of them. Now I'm going to go to the slug. All right. Now this is the JSB. I mean, this is the NSA 12.5 slugs. See what they can do on the stool out the bedroom window. That's the 20 yards. Didn't cycle. What's going on here? What's I've been shooting too much? Magazine ain't cycling. There's the 30. And there's the 45.
And what are you doing?
Shooting out the bedroom window.
Shoot out again! Now! Why?
Got targets set up. When squirrels and rabbits come out here, I gotta know I can hit them. Y'all didn't even know I was in here shooting, did you?
I do.
That's how quiet this gun is. No, you didn't.
I think I worked tight.
How'd you know? You heard it?
Daddy,
oh, you got good hearing. Usually you can't hear this.
He's strong.
All right, guys, there it is. Let's go see the results.
Sarah, you know.
Alright, let's see the results here. So this one has one extra shot. That was JSB, the first one where I pulled it. This was the second one. That's a JSB 13.43. That's the NSA 12.5. Get over here, I pulled this one on the NSA, but that's the JSB. That's the NSA. I missed the 30. I don't know what happened. What happened at 40? I can't really see this target. I'm aiming at the middle, but I don't know. Alright. So I'm going to take it that that's the JSB and that's the NSA. Which ain't bad. They're both hitting a little bit the same. So pretty much repeatable results. I pulled one shot over here on this. I pulled that shot. I don't know how I ended up all the way over there. I don't know what happened with that one, y'all. Might have been a bad pellet, because I'm pretty sure I was aimed good. I don't know. That's it for testing. I like the setup. I'm going to keep it that way. I can still shoot the pellet and the... I can still shoot the pellet and the slug without changing any settings, without really changing up the sight. Pellet shoots a little lower. I gotta keep that in mind, and that's it. All right, y'all, I'm out.